Well, I think anything that allows unelected dark suit bureaucrats to dictate what happens in Britain to British people or any other country in Europe is absolutely to be challenged. And, we must have a Brexit that disconnects the power over the British public from Brussels bureaucrats. And the thing is, if you look at a bit of history, the European Union has been in the making at least since the 1920s, and an aristocrat called Count Richard von Coudenhove-Kalergi, long name, who was funded by people who really care about the public interest, like Otto von Habsburg and the Habsburg and the Warburg banking dynasty. And it's been a vehicle planned all along to centralize power. It's a very simple equation. If you are a few and you want to control the many, you have to centralize decision making. The more you centralize, the more fewer and fewer people have more and more power over the rest. And that's what the European Union is about. That's what the globalization process is all about. And it's all been planned a very long time. So the last thing that the European Union and that behind it wants is anyone leaving the European Union. They want to encompass and ensnare more and more countries, not let anyone go. So what we're seeing now in this Brexit process is a collaboration, quite blatantly, between the political class in Britain, left, right and centre, and the bureaucratic central control system in Brussels to make it as difficult as possible for Britain to leave as per referendum, because they don't want the threat of a good example. Because all over Europe now, we're seeing more and more people with the rise of the populist parties who are saying, yeah, we're sick of the European Union as well. We're sick of being dictated by unelected people we can't even name from Brussels. And they absolutely don't want a smooth Brexit, because that will encourage other people. They want to make it as difficult as possible, and they want to ideally have another referendum, which is their old technique. They've done it many, many times when they've lost referenda around Europe, so that the British people then vote to stay in. Well, I think it's pathetic, and I more and more can see it being pathetic on purpose. What we needed was a leader who would take the Brexit mandate from the people, because it was very clear what they voted for: not to continue with any control from Brussels, but to remove it. And that leader should have stood up from the start and said, this is what's going to happen. We are leaving, and we're not going to be controlled in any way, shape or form by you anymore. And that would have started a negotiation on the basis of the European Union and all its industry and all its corporate side of things, realizing that if we don't get a proper negotiation, which is good for both sides, then the corporate world of Europe is going to lose the British market. And given that we pay much more into Europe than we get out, then it would be Europe that would be the loser. Instead, what we've had is a Theresa May who was basically conceded and conceded and conceded at every point, with the, like I say, the British political class, a good chunk of our own party, a massive chunk of the Labour Party and the other parties pressing her, because they don't want Brexit. That's the whole point. They say, oh, we want a soft Brexit, not a hard Brexit. No, they want a no Brexit. That's the truth. And of course, what we're seeing is Theresa May not having the backbone and really maybe probably even the will to do what is necessary to give the British public what we voted for.